I'm a lot tougher than what I look. I know you look and you're like, oh, what a cute little girl, whatever. You know, but I'm not.
You are. You're beautiful.
Thank you, but you know, I just need to make sure everything's gonna get taken care of.
Okay, so you just had surgery or what?
His back right now.
Back, all right. Okay. So he's not gonna be able to move then.
He won't be able to he walks fine and everything like that, but I mean, you know, it's gonna be like a little bit of a struggle.
Between now and when it's done, you know, you have to have an option to change your mind. Even if you change your mind, you're not talking to him.
There's no changing. No, there's no I'm determined already. I'm positive, like 5,000% sure.
By the time.
What's going on, Keys and Queens? Hope everybody's staying safe. Welcome back to Bad Habits Kingdom. I love you guys so much for subscribing and for supporting the channel. If you guys can, while you're at it, go ahead and befriend us on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok, Spotify, Apple. We have it all, Kings and Queens. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for subscribing. I love you guys so much. You have no idea. Tonight's video, we're going to be talking about the queens from hell. I'm talking about Dalia, Dippolito, Jodi, Arias, and Casey Anthony, the three queens from hell. First, I want to talk about Jodi Arias for a second because I think she was the craziest out of them all. Casey Anthony is the worst because she murdered her own baby girl, 4-year-old, 3-year-old daughter. I think she was 4 or 3. I can't remember. Beautiful little girl, Kaylee Anthony. When it comes to the kids, it really gets emotional. That's why when I talk about the Delphi case and stuff, I get really emotional. Kaylee Anthony was just a little girl and her own mother killed her. Casey Anthony's the worst human being ever to walk these streets because she is a free person today. And last but not least, Dalia Dippolito, who actually tried to hire a hitman to murder her husband. Okay. Jodi Arias. Okay. All these girls, you got to say, all have something in common. Crazy by far. All of them are nuts by far. The craziest girls of all time. Well, not of all time, but they're up there. These girls are nonstop crazy. I mean, I couldn't even imagine my queen trying to kill me. Oh my God, that would be crazy as hell. I couldn't even imagine it. I don't know what that was. I don't know. Fucking daydreaming or something. Nightmares, yeah. Anyways, let's talk about Jodi Arias for a second. She stabbed and murdered and shot Travis Alexander. She stabbed him 27 to 29 times. They didn't have an exact amount because she stabbed him so many times. She almost decapitated his head, and she also shot him in the head just to make sure he was dead. That is beyond crazy to me. In the interview room, she was doing handstands against the wall. When she was arrested, she asked the officer to grab her makeup. She was smiling during her mugshot. I mean, this girl is just out there. She tried to say that ninjas murdered him. Ninjas. That is crazy. Crazy. Dalia Dippolito tried to say that her, at the time, husband was in on the whole thing. It was just an act to fool the cops, fool the media, so they could start a reality TV show. And Casey Anthony didn't even report it to the police. Her mother did after 30 days. 30 days. The 911 operator even asked Casey Anthony, why did you wait so long to call 911? She said, I was just trying to find her on my own. The nanny stole her. The nanny has her. What did she think was going to happen? The day of Kaylee's murder, Casey was out clubbing, partying with a man. She murdered her own baby girl so she can go out clubbing, partying, and drinking and having sex. Dalia Dippolito just wanted all the money, the house, the car. She just wanted all the finance stuff. And Jodi Arias is just a beyond nutcase who was obsessed with the guy because, she saw a nice guy, was responsible, had morals. He was Mormon. He had boundaries. He was doing things. And yeah, he was breaking the rules because I'm not big on religious. Two things you never talk about, religious and politics. And I'm not big. I don't know how the Mormons really do that thing, but I do believe they have to be married before they have sex. I could be wrong on this, don't quote me on that, but I do believe they have to be married before they can have sex. So Jodi Arias was already pretty much corrupting him with that. But I guess you could say, with her body and everything, but he did try to end it a few times. She was basically just stalking him, going crazy. And apparently the day of his murder, they did have sex. And then he told her that he was going on a vacation to Hawaii or something with another woman, another Mormon girl that he was actually, I don't know if they were dating or about to date. Basically, they were going to be like a match, apparently. And Jodi Arias actually saw a text message she sent to Travis while Travis was in the shower. She acted like she was Travis Alexander, responded back to the text message saying that I'm with Jodi, I want to be with Jodi, leave me alone. And then the woman responded back to him saying, well, I thought she was only good for one thing. Fine. You can have her, blah, 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 have fun then, or, be with her then, whatever. Jodi Arias snapped, went into the shower where Travis was at, took photos of him, and then started murdering him. When she dropped the camera was still taking photos of the murder. She actually took the camera and tried to throw it in a washing machine to get rid of the evidence. Threw it in a washing machine. That is just Jodi Arias by far nuts. Okay. Casey Anthony didn't want the responsibilities of being a parent. She wanted to still party. She wanted to still go to clubs. She wanted to still have fun. So she murdered her own baby girl, even though she got found not guilty, which I don't know how she got found not guilty. She buried her daughter where there was animals could get to her and bugs and everything like that near her family's home. I mean, that is just insane. Okay. And she never reported it to the police. A lot of people were like, well, she did call 911 after 30 days. No, her mother, Kaylee's grandmother, called the police to report her missing. And she also said that her daughter, Casey's trunk smelled like there was a dead body in it. Not only that, Casey Anthony said that her father, who's a former cop, by the way, abused her and raped her as a child. Nuts. Dalia Dippolito was just out far crazy. I wish I was the detective in the interview room with Dalia Dippolito. I wish I was in there so bad to tell her that her husband was still alive. Do you guys remember the video of that act she did when the cops told her that her husband was dead? Oh,
a disturbance at your house, and there were shots fired. Is your husband Michael? Okay, I'm sorry to tell you, man. He's been killed. He's been killed, man.
Not one tear down her face, just moan noises out of her mouth. The cops even knew it was horrible acting. And she wanted to start a reality show, apparently. Come on, Dalia. You know what's crazy is all three of these women had potential. They were all very attractive. They had things going for them, Jodi, I don't know why, because she actually hooked up with the guy the day of the murder. That same night, she went and hooked up with another man. She had men, like 5 different men. So why kill Travis? Because he didn't want you back? Because he was trying to move on with his life and try to get his life back in order before you came in and started screwing with it? Sorry, that's my daughter, carrying on in the other room. She likes to be a part of the show. When we don't include her, she likes to tear things up. Casey, put her up for adoption. If you don't want her, give her to your parents. Your parents definitely would have taken her. They would have raised her. They loved her. I see this a lot. I see it all the time. These people have children and they don't want to take care of them. I see it all the time at stores and stuff, them yelling at their kids. Don't touch that. Come on. Come here. Just yelling at them and their babies. They don't know any better. My heart broke the other day. I was at 7-Eleven across the street from my work. There was a little girl. She was with her mom. Her mom was, I could tell, was being kind of hard on her, like, don't touch that. Stop. Get over here now. And she said, Mom, can I have a chocolate bar? And she said, no, you don't need that. We don't have money for that. I interrupted. Usually I don't say anything. I said, I'll buy her chocolate bar. Honey, what kind of chocolate bar would you like? And she looked at her mom kind of skittish. She doesn't know me. She's a man. But she should. She should be cautious of a man saying something to her. But the mom said, okay, if you want to buy a chocolate bar, go ahead. And I said, what kind of chocolate do you want? What chocolate bar do you want? And she just picked one. I said, all right, go ahead and pick another one. You might need it for tomorrow. She picked another one. I said, what about a drink? Don't you want a drink with that? Her mom said, why are you buying her drinks? Why do you want to get her stuff? I said, Miss, I understand how you might feel. I know if someone was trying to buy my daughter things in front of me, I'd be pissed off. But I said, I have a little girl. I understand what it's like to have kids and be tight on funds. Even though I knew she had the money because I saw her with a wad of cash in her pocket, she just didn't want to get it for her. I said, so I understand what it's like. So I would buy her chocolate bar. It bothers me. She said, okay. She got 2 little sodas, 3 chocolate bars. I ended up getting her 3 and a bag of chips. And when I walked away, when I was leaving, she said, thank you, mister. And it almost broke my heart. I see it all the time, people treating their kids like shit. When you can kill your own child because you don't want the responsibility of a parent, you're just evil. And I would love to interview that jury that let her walk the streets today, that let her walk out that door today. Casey Anthony is a free woman walking the streets today, murdering her baby girl so she can go clubbing and partying and drink and screw around because she didn't want the responsibility of her. She killed her daughter because she was her daughter. That little girl never harmed a soul, smiling, giggling. Kids don't know any better. They don't know any better. I don't believe in abusing kids. I don't believe in beating kids. I don't believe in scaring kids. Do I tell my daughter to stop? Like, don't do that when she's climbing on on counters and stuff? Yes. But I would never hit her. I don't want my daughter afraid of me. I want her to be able to come to me about anything. I don't want her afraid. Kids are kids. They're children. They're babies. They don't know. Why hurt them? Why kill them? Why abuse them? They're selfless. They're just like that young kid here that was murdered by his mom's boyfriend. Not even a year ago. His mom was in Arizona or something like that. Out here in Vegas. Not even a year ago. Amari Nicholson. 2 years old. Beaten to death by her mom's boyfriend because she broke up with him over the phone when he has a history of abuse. Why would you leave your 2-year-old with that man? Why would you break up with that man, fight with that man when he's alone with your son? Could you imagine what that baby was doing when he was beating him to death? Screaming and crying? when I talk about the Delphi case, I have so many recorded videos I never posted about the Delphi case because I get emotional. Kids are really sensitive to me. I feel so bad for kids and heavy women because I don't know why, but they're just babies. They're kids. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. Dalia Dippolito, if she would have filed for divorce, she would have probably gotten the townhouse that she wanted so bad. She would have probably gotten her car that she wanted so bad. And she would have probably gotten half of his money that she wanted so bad. She wanted all of it, I think. She just wanted all of his money, apparently. Thank goodness the person that ratted her out actually ratted her out, because there are freaking guys out there that would, because they have a hot girl basically hooking up with them, that would do anything for him if they asked them to. She could have easily manipulated somebody into actually killing her husband for him. Thank goodness the guy that she asked to ratted her out to the undercovers to make the undercovers set her up. Jodi Arias was just a nut job who basically wasn't going away until she got what she wanted, and she wanted Travis. She could have gotten any guy pretty much she wanted. I mean, she's an attractive person, but she was just crazy, nuts. After you stab a guy almost 30 times, then blow his head off, and almost cut his head off, the first thing you do is ask for your makeup when you get arrested? You're smiling in your mugshot? You're smiling? This is worse. I think she's engaged or married now. Jodi Arias is, I think, in a relationship. Dalia Dippolito's in a relationship. Casey Anthony's in a relationship. How can people be in a relationship with something like that? The Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez, had women all the time coming to visit him, sending him love letters. Chris Peterson, same thing. Murdered his wife and unborn child. He gets women send him love letters all the time. The person that did it, the crimes are crazy. Jodi Arias, Dalia Dippolito, Casey Anthony. They're all crazy. Christopher Peterson, Richard Ramirez, crazy. But the ones that are in love with them because of what they've done, what would you call them? I would say crazier. Because you know what they did. You know what they're capable of. But because they didn't harm you or your family member or your friend, it's different. What if Travis Alexander was your brother or your son? Or your best friend? What if Kaylee Anthony was your niece, your sister, your granddaughter, your daughter's best friend? What if the Dalia Dippolito's husband was your brother, best friend, cousin? You wouldn't be feeling that way, would you? You wouldn't be falling in love with them. You wouldn't be sending them love letters and hanging out with them. That's sick. That's sick. That's all that is. Sick. You have issues when you love somebody like that. They deserve to burn for the crimes they've committed. Just because Casey Anthony, is walking the streets today doesn't mean she's innocent. She killed her daughter. Everybody knows it. The jury had to have known it. How did they walk away from that? How did she walk away? How did they let her walk out that door knowing that her baby girl, the little girl, trusted her mother more than anyone in this world, loved her mother more than anyone in this world? How could you let her walk away? What she did. Pure evil. She's capable of murdering her own baby girl and burying her where animals and bugs will get to her. So you should know what she's capable of or what she's willing to do. Jodi Arias deserves the death penalty, deserves to be tortured, burned to death. Dalia Dippolito deserves to be beaten on every day. And for the ones that love them because of the crimes they committed, you really need to see a therapist or something because you got more issues than I can imagine. Richard Ramirez had a bunch of women coming to visit him, taking off their clothes in front of him. And Ted Bundy, I think, had women sending him love letters. Ted Bundy. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. It's crazy to me. Why don't you guys tell me what you think out of these three queens that are worse than ever? The queens of horror. The queens from hell. Jodi, Arias, Casey Anthony, or Dalia Dippolito. Who's the worst? I would say Casey Anthony because of the crime she did. A lot of people will say Jodi Arias because of how she did it. Some people will say Dalia Dippolito because she tried to do it. She just didn't succeed on doing it, but she was cold enough to do it. She tried to say that was for a reality show. Casey Anthony said the nanny stole Kaylee and killed her. And Jodi Arias said the ninjas did it. Ninjas. The ninjas broke in her house and killed Travis. Stabbed him and shot him. The ninjas. Wow. Wow. How can you come up with that kind of story? Like, where does that come from? To come up with a story saying that ninjas killed Travis. Or come up with a story saying that the nanny stole her and you didn't call and report her missing for 30 days. Your baby girl. Or it was to start a reality show. To start a reality show. Crazy. Let me know what you guys think. Do me a favor. Go ahead and leave me a comment in the blog. In the link. Go ahead and leave me a comment below. Or you can also email me at badhabitsking@gmail.com. And if you can, guys, go ahead and go to that GoFundMe account in the link below. Help support the channel. Help support to get toys for the children at the Children's Hospital. We will be going in 3 weeks. And I am going to be jumping off the stratosphere the first week of February, the second week of February, guys. I'm afraid of heights, but I said if I ever got 2,000 subscribers, I would do it, so I'm going to do it. I got 2,000 subscribers, and I'm going to jump off the stratosphere. I can't believe it. A lot of people say, well, chicken out. I'm born and raised here in Vegas. I never been to the stratosphere because I'm so scared of heights, honestly, but I'm going to do it, guys. I love you. Go do the sky jump. Do me a favor, guys, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe, kings and queens. I hope you guys stay safe. Don't let this virus get to you. Don't let it catch you, and protect the ones you love. If you have any children, love them. Don't hurt them. Don't scare them. Remember, it's not their fault. They don't know any better. They're just babies. They don't know any better, guys. They don't know any better. It's not their fault, okay? But go ahead and let me know who you think is the craziest out of the three, and what do you guys think about the ones that fell in love with them? All right, guys, I love you guys so much. You guys stay safe. Please hit us up on Facebook, Bad Habits Kingdom, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, Apple, Bad Habits Kingdom. Twitter is Bad Habits King. And you can also email me at badhabitsking@gmail.com for Bad Habits Laundry clothing line for a Bad Habits Kingdom t-shirt. I love you guys. You guys have a good night. Stay safe.